games, especially two remasters in particular, as Nintendo is continuing the trend of just expensive products, and we're going to go over that as well as the backlash here today. Also, we are going to be talking about Sony, as we're expecting a State of Play coming up soon, with one game in particular being Wolverine, but it appears Insomniac is indeed working on another title. And we'll also be talking about Sony's corporate business presentation they did, as, well, it wasn't a great look when it comes to physical games, all that and more. Guys, if you enjoy these videos, make sure you hit that like button, helps out a ton. And if you're new here to the Spawn Wave channel, make sure you subscribe down below. And of course, members for the channel do get Newswave early. If you would like to learn more about that, click the join button, the link in the description down below. And we're gonna start today with a random announcement that happened on Friday, same day as the Direct. I mean, like just about as it's going on. Some mentioned to me that it was in the Japan Direct, but I just saw this pop up online. I was like, oh, sure, Capcom, why not? More Mega Man stuff. Yeah, we can see this is posted. This is over on Gematsu. There's also an entire trailer for this. They have announced the Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection for PS5, Xbox Series, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC through Steam. It is coming out in 2026. It includes, we have Mega Man Star Force Leo, Star Force Dragon, Star Force Pegasus, Star Force 2, Zerker Ninja, Star Force 2 Zerker and Saurian, Star Force 3, Black Ace, and Star Force 3 Red Choker. So I will say, this is kind of where I saw the stuff for Mega Man of Battle Network, and that went on for a while, and then it turned into this, and just kind of got away from what I liked Mega Man as. So I really never got into any of these games on the DS. So let me know down in the comments if this is an awesome series, or if this is like a massive nostalgia throwback for you to see this collection pop up. I mean, it seems like there's a lot of games there, although as I understand it, it's sort of that Pokemon situation where there's one game, they make two versions and split off content in each one. So, but either way, it's all there in one package coming out in 2026. So we'll have to keep an eye out for this when it comes to additional features they reveal and then the release date. Also, we had Borderlands 4 come out last week, and it had a massive launch. I mean, over on Steam, you can see it did eclipse 300,000 concurrent players. But there was a bit of an issue as reviews were not coming in great. In fact, it was like mostly negative for a while there. It did flip a bit to like 63%, so I think it's yellow currently. But it, the issue seems to be performance once again, and go ahead and take a guess as to what engine it's running on. Yeah, that's right. Unreal Engine. It is an open world style game, which is kind of different for the Borderlands franchise, and I've been playing several hours of it now. 2K sent over a code the day before its release, so shout out to them, and it doesn't really feel as much like Borderlands as I was expecting. Like, the first few hours did, but then as I've been playing over the weekend, it's kind of becoming a much larger game. Some have kind of compared it to almost Destiny-like, this open world looter-shooter style game, and yeah, it's kind of falling into that. But it still has that look of Borderlands that makes me go, okay, the performance and the visuals don't really line up. Even on the PS5 Pro, it's not running, I mean, it's not running bad, but I do notice frame drops and other things, and when it goes to split screen, the frame rate definitely struggles. And here's the thing, I didn't really see anything about a PS5 Pro support. Like, usually in the settings, there's graphics, you change performance or graphics, or graphical fidelity, like high quality. It's just that there's nothing with a PS5 Pro variant, so I don't even know if this has PS5 Pro support right now. It's very strange, but at least from what they've done out of the gate, it's doing well in terms of sales. We'll see if they can, as usual with a lot of these big AAA games, work to fix it over time. Oh, and one surprise when it comes to pricing with Nintendo and the Switch 2 is Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate, because you can see it's currently listed at $40. And in fact, the physical edition, while it is a Game Key card, it actually comes with quite a bit of stuff. It has looks like we have Magic the Gathering, a booster pack in there, kind of that limited edition crossover that they did, which is cool. People were really trying to get their hands on those for a while, I know that. It also has reversible cover art, and it does come with all the DLC and stuff with the integrated version. The thing with this is, it is a 90GB game, so it wasn't going to fit on a 64GB cartridge anyway. And I know people look at that and go, what are you supposed to do at that point? They're not going to do two cartridges. We don't even think the Switch 2 can really support that now anyway, so this is just kind of what they were left with. But I do like that Square realized, okay, we're going to come in at a more manageable price point, and we're going to add stuff into the physical copy to make it feel more like a physical copy. At least when you open it this time, there will be something where that manual would normally go. And guys, with some of the quick news out of the way, let's get into the bigger stuff. Let's start right away with Nintendo and the backlash that they're facing once again when it comes to pricing for their games. And you can also look at DLC, which is a big talking point coming out of that Direct. Look at something like Pokemon Legends ZA, that having $30 DLC announced ahead of its release. So it's kind of a $100 game then. If people are, of course, adding this stuff up to be feature complete or content complete. And to me, it's just a bad look when you announce DLC like that at $30 before the game even comes out. It is crazy. I get over time, let's say it comes out 6 months, 7 months later, and people start adding the DLC. It's like, well, okay, there was a pretty large window there for its release, and they wanted to put more content out. No, in this case, there you go, 30 and 70. So yeah, people are doing addition with that. But the one that really I looked at and went, oh, okay, like the Pokemon Company, we've been there. The Pokemon stuff always ends up being expensive. I get it. The cards, I can't even imagine how much money collectors have put into that entire thing, right? But the games, when it comes to Nintendo with remasters, have gone to another level. And it's legitimately impressive, especially since we've gone through a period of something like Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze coming to the Switch and it being $10 more than when it released on the Wii U originally. No, now we have Wii games that are getting remastered and actually being the second $70 game on the Switch 1. So I'm talking about Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. You can see it listed over on the Nintendo Switch eShop right now because, yes, this is being marketed as a Switch 1 game. In fact, if you look at the box art for the combination pack, it's a Switch 1 game, and it has those Switch 2 enhancements. So this will be a 4K game on the Switch 2. Very important to note that. It does mention 120 FPS. I think what that's really doing, though, is just mentioning the capabilities of what the Switch 2 can do. Not that this is going to be a 4K 120 FPS game on the Switch 2. I'm expecting 4K 60. Of course, there'll be some kind of upscaling and stuff involved with it, but look, it's going to look good, okay? Galaxy 1 and Galaxy 2 had awesome art styles and visuals on the Wii way back in the day now. So, yeah, when you take these games and put them into emulators and smooth it out and boost resolution and textures and stuff, it looks awesome. Great. But they're also $70 for the pack, or if you're like me and I thought, you know what, hey, I have Mario Galaxy 1. Why? Because it's on the discontinued Mario 3D All-Stars that I have a copy of, so I'm kind of just interested in Mario Galaxy 2, to be honest. That's $40, and I saw that and was like, wow, $40 for that, really? I mean, the game is just over 15 years old now, but still, you bring it up to the Switch 1 and Switch 2, it's 40. It's like, that does feel legitimately expensive when you look at it. Especially if you maybe buy one now and then you want to buy it later. Yeah, you'll have thrown $80 at a combination of Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. Now, if you're going to buy both of them, clearly it makes sense to get the double pack. But I'm sure there are also many people out there who have Galaxy on 3D All-Stars currently, and you're sitting there wondering, is that going to get a Switch 2 enhancement? Or is this a situation where Nintendo tries to force your hand if you want to play Mario Galaxy 1 in 4K on the newest hybrid system? But here's the issue, of course, we're going to face, and that's that it's selling already. Now, if you look on places, I believe Target did sell out with pre-orders. Amazon still had some, but if you look at Amazon's top-selling games right now, I mean, it's usually like Roblox, gift cards, that kind of stuff at the top. But the first game that's on the chart is, yeah, Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 at $70. So here's the thing with this, and I this crossed my mind because I saw people asking, and it's not made very clear, is this a limited edition release? So if people are already thinking there could be scarcity in the future because Nintendo stops printing it or pulls down, I guess, although they have them separate, but let's just say they phase out the physical copy, like 3D All-Stars, I get why people might be jumping at that physical edition of the game, outside of just people who want to collect it for their Switch 1 library of titles, or even for the Switch 2. But that just in the back of your mind, like, this could be one of those games, since Mario 3D All-Stars, if you look on GameStop's website right now, they're selling it for $110 used. So yeah, go figure. That went up in price despite 10 million copies selling. So that's sort of where we are now, even though this is definitely overpriced, Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. The masses are throwing money at it, and Nintendo is going to make quite a bit from it. Like, this is going to sell, especially since they're clearly pairing it alongside of the Super Mario Galaxy movie that's coming out next April. So with that in mind, it's going to run alongside the movie, I feel like, for a while.